I don't know why I didn't think to do a video about this, especially after Professor Black Truth did one about this a couple days ago, in which now you have certain people who was involved at the invasion of the Capitol back in January are now blaming them watching Fox News as the reason as to why they went out there and did what they did. And the person you see in this picture, his name is Anthony Antonio, and he is that person, or at least his attorney is claiming that was the reason he went out there. They say he started watching Fox News and he got brainwashed by the rhetoric and whatever 45 was saying, and that's what caused him to go out there. I done heard it all. When I heard about this, it reminded me of Affluenza boy, Ethan Couch. You know, apparently him being too wealthy and affluent caused him, to go out there and, take his parents' truck, drive around underage while drunk and under the influence, and hit and kill 4 people in the process. And because he was too young to and too wealthy to know what was going on, he didn't get any jail time. And what's scary about this, as laughable as it is that you'll have a lot of PC people that are going to do something like this to try to get away or get off of what they're doing. But the crazy part about it is a lot of them don't even have to go to this extreme and they'll still get off. This right here is just, adding on to it. But I'm going to go ahead and read this article coming from the Business Insider. An attorney for an accused Capitol rioter claimed his client had been radicalized by Fox News, saying he had Foxitis and Fox Mania. Anthony Antonio of Clayton, Delaware, watched Fox News for 6 months prior to the Capitol riot, the attorney said during a multi-defendant hearing on Thursday related to the Capitol siege. The attorney said his client started believing what was being fed to him by the news outlet. And the thing is, I don't know why they call it news, because Fox News got debunked years ago that it wasn't a newsworthy news network. They just have news in the title. And former President Donald Trump. HuffPost Ryan Riley in the Daily Beast reported Antonio, who was wearing a black tactical bulletproof vest with a 3%er patch when pro-Trump supporters stormed the Capitol on January 6, was included in a seeking information list posted by the FBI following the incident, according to court documents. Federal investigators interviewed Antonio on February 4th, and he admitted to being at the Capitol on January 6th. However, he did not answer when investigators asked if he entered the building. Court documents allege that Antonio entered the Capitol through one of the broken windows. Although his face was not visible, he was identifiable by the tattoo on his wrist and the distinctive black gloves with white writing, according to the document. A video also captured Antonio inside the building picking up a piece of furniture which appeared to have a broken leg, with another individual and tossing the furniture off to the side, the document said. In the February 4th interview with investigators, Antonio described his account of what happened when protesters confronted police officers outside the building, saying he saw death in the eyes of one officer who he said was asking for help. Metropolitan Police Officer Mike Fanone was tased by accused rioter Danny DJ Rodriguez, who has been charged in relation to the incident. Video footage showed Antonio near Rodriguez at the time of the incident, who was holding a stun gun. A criminal complaint was filed against Antonio on April 14th, charging him with unlawfully entering the restricted building on grounds, violent entry and disorderly conduct, obstruction of law enforcement, obstruction of an official proceeding, and destruction of government property. A representative for Fox News did not immediately return Insider's request for comment. Now, here's the thing. Let's hypothetically say that his foundings, or they could actually find some legitimate reasoning as to him being brainwashed, quote unquote, by Fox News into doing what he did. Would that mean that Fox News would end up being off the air? Because that means that their company or their network would be held liable for inciting riots, even if it's just one person that, did it. But then again, they'll probably say, oh, it's just one person. We need more people. They may want to tread lightly, because guess what? If his case was to actually go through, how many more people you think is actually going to lean on to that same thing and say the same thing? Even though what he said is utterly ridiculous. I had plenty to say about Fox News, but I will say this. Him claiming that Fox News made him do this is absolutely idiotic. This guy went there with his own on his own accord. You mean to tell me you watched Fox News for 6 months straight, and that's what made you go out there and do that? Which means he just started watching Fox News last year. I mean, I guess any excuse will do. I mean, these are the same people that will quickly give out a mental illness plea without a true diagnosis of what the mental illness specifically is in order to get away with just about anything. But this right here is crazy, but it doesn't surprise me at all. How many times have we heard them try to throw off excuses for stuff that they do that just would not work if it was any other group of people, let's say black people, for instance? Talking about I had Foxitis or Fox mania. That means that like I said, in order for him to say that this was valid, that means other people would have to come out and echo the same thing. And so far as I know, he is the only person that has made this claim out of all the people they have apprehended so far. And they haven't really apprehended all of them. But so far, he has come out and he's been the only one to say that. Fox News. I wonder what that Tucker Carlson got to say about this, because, you know, he's practically the face of Fox News right now at the moment. And I bet you he's probably sitting at his desk with that same little stunned look on his face, like he always has, like a deer caught in the headlights. I swear he does deer in the headlights very well. Probably because he actually does look like a deer caught in or outside of headlights. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one.